Welcome back, everyone. What a gripping tale of endurance and skill at this French Open semi final, where two champions, Alcaraz and Sinner, clashed for over 4 hours in this five-set epic. Now, in my previous video, I had picked Alcaraz to win in 5 sets, and that's what happened. But it was touch and go. It was such a close match, and I won't be wrong if I say that Alcaraz actually turned the match around midway, and that's where he produced some magical tennis and he was able to win finally. So, in this video, we'll look at the math statistics, we'll summarize what happened from set 1 to set 5, and we'll also look at the key factors. So, let's get started. If I talk about the math statistics, I mean, this match was so close. Both of these players don't have any visible weaknesses, and that's how they played. Now, if I talk about the overall quality of tennis, it was certainly not the best that they have played with each other in previous matches. But maybe that's understandable due to the occasion. It was a semi final, it's French Open, everyone was anticipating this match, so maybe the nerves got to them. But if you see the statistics, it's very similar. And in fact, if you look at the last point, which is the total points won, Sinner actually won more points than Alcaraz in the match. So if I talk about from top to bottom, if I see the aces, again, very similar. First serve percentage was better for Alcaraz, but the first serve points won was better for Sinner at 74%, and anything above 60% in terms of first serve percentage in a crucial match like this is decisive. Although I feel that the first serve points won for Alcaraz should have been more, but again, that just shows you the return capability and the ability to uh, engage in a long rally that Sinner possesses. Now, if I talk about the second serve points one, as you can see, equal tied. Break points converted, Sinner converted 60% of points that he got. Again, Alcaraz had more opportunities to break the serve, but obviously he didn't convert at most of them, and that is because of the good serve that Sinner had. And the winners, if you see, I think that was expected that Alcaraz, due to his power and his variety, is going to hit more winners, and that was the case. It's almost double the number of winners as compared to Sinner. If we see as the unforced error, obviously that would have the same ratio, so it's 58. Still, it's a healthy ratio, more winners than unforced errors for Alcaraz, whereas it's slightly on the negative side for Sinner. If we look at the net points won, Sinner won more net points and he came to the net 38 times, which was around 10 to 12 times more than Alcaraz. So overall, I feel that the math statistics were really close. There is not too much difference. The difference lies in the important moments. In the third set, in the fifth set, I think Alcaraz was able to sort of understand what he needed to change, and maybe that was the message sent over to him by his coaching box. Whatever it was, it started working for him. So now let's talk about the summary. So if I talk about the set one, I feel the conditions also played a little bit of part. It was one of the hottest day at the French Open, and I mean the surface was warm and quick, so it definitely favored the more aggressive player. And if you look at the first set, I mean, Alcaraz, it took him some time to adjust to the conditions. Sinner was playing really aggressive from get go. He was not making many mistakes, as we always know that he is very solid in his overall execution. And Alcaraz was returning the ball from 10 feet behind the baseline on Sinner's serve. And I think that was a very, I don't think that was a good strategy. And later down the road, I think third set or fourth set, Alcaraz actually changed that court position. And because of the quickness of the court, Alcaraz, even though he was trying to impart a lot of topspin, those balls were landing short near the service line for Sinner, and he was able to take advantage and come to the net and finish off with a volley. And in set two, also, I think Sinner had a break. He was playing well, but slightly, just slightly, his serve deserted him, the first serve, and he was starting to feel pressure. And that's where I think Alcaraz took some chances. He went for aggressive shots, low percentage shots, and he was able to make them. And that's what the difference was in the second set and also in the fourth set. I feel for the first 3 sets, Sinner was the better player, but Alcaraz then capitalized on the small opportunities that he got. Even in the fifth set, to make the break at one at love all, and also to retain that break in the final set, Alcaraz had to play really well. He had to play aggressive. He had to play some outstanding shots, whether you talk about the drop shots, the lobs, or the aggressive backhand down the line, or the forehand shot, right? So all of those, he had to run for it. He had to hit it very aggressively because Sinner was not going anywhere. So it's not like Sinner played badly, or it's not like something happened, you know, magically. It's not like that. It was just that on the important points, Alcaraz took risks and they paid off. That was the overall summary. If I talk about the key factors, as I mentioned, fearless tennis by Alcaraz on pressure points. That was the key thing. It was not gifted to Alcaraz in any way. He had to fight for it and he had to produce the goods. If he had played it circumspectively, if he would have just gone for a baseline rally, I think Sinner would have won the match. But because he took the risk, whether it was to go down the line on the backhand, even though the percentage shot was cross court, or it was the running passing shots that he was able to hit, or it was the lobs that he was able to produce at crucial moments, all of those proved to be decisive in the end. As I mentioned, forehand and drop shots were the key shots for Alcaraz. Sinner serve quality reduced post the first set, only slightly, but it did play a part. And Alcaraz, even though he had uh, less first serve points won, but in the fifth set, when he was playing some crucial games, when he was trying to hold on to his serve after breaking Sinner, he was able to produce some good first serves, and that played a crucial part. Change in serve position, as I mentioned, that was a crucial step in the second and third set. It was a change in strategy, and that proved well because of the change in serve position, because Alcaraz started standing only 1 or 2 feet behind the baseline after the first set. He was able to attack more, he was able to hit deep shots, and that gave him more chances to construct the point in the rally. Fitness wise, I think both of the players performed really well. Sinner had some cramping issues in his hand in the second and third set, only for 2 or 3 games. But overall, I feel in the fifth set, because of, you know, more than 4 hours, I feel Alcaraz looked better physically at the end of the match. And I don't know what's the reality, but looking at the court, looking at how they were walking, they were running, I feel Alcaraz was the fitter of the two overall. So that is the analysis, guys. And let's look at a couple of screenshots which I wanted to highlight. One is this one. So as you can see, the return position here for Alcaraz, he is standing so far behind the baseline. This was the position in the first couple of sets, but later on, I mean, occasionally he still mixed it up, but he was standing near the baseline post first 2 sets, and that's changed a lot of things in the match. The second is the drop shots. As you know, Alcaraz hits the ball really well. He is very aggressive, powerful in his strokes. So Sinner had to stand some feet behind the baseline during the rallies because he knew the power that Alcaraz possesses. And that gave an opportunity to Alcaraz to hit drop shots as well. And it proved out to be really effective overall. Now, this is what I was talking about. So I think this is the deuce point in the fifth set. Very important point. Sinner has hit a very aggressive down the line forehand. He's going to the net, which is the correct tactic. Alcaraz, as you can see on the screen, is struggling to reach. But if you see the point, you'll see that he was able to still come up with that passing shot on the backhand side. So what I meant to say is, these are the points that changed the match. 3 or 4 very important points, and Alcaraz was able to hit a low percentage, high risk shot, and he was able to successfully hit a winner. So, as I mentioned earlier, it was a close match. Only a few points here and there decided the outcome, but it was Alcaraz today who proved and played risky tennis, good risky tennis towards the end of the match. So, that's the analysis, guys. Thanks for watching.